And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review, and today I am reviewing Home Alone 4. Yep. So I'm going to review Home Alone 3. You know that there was another one in the pack that I watched. And as you can tell, I'm not very excited to review this movie. I had seen it just one time beforehand before rewatching it for this review. And yeah, got a lot of thoughts on it. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? Now we gotta talk about the big overarching thing about this movie for me, and that's the fact that, you know, remember I talked about Home Alone 3 review, that I like that it didn't tried its best to mostly separate itself from the first two movies. This movie, though, doesn't do that at all. Not even close. Kevin McAllister is back. All the McAllisters are back, mind you. One of the Wet Bandits is back. What the fuck? This movie came out in 2002, and no, it does not star any of the same people from the first two movies, yet claims to have been in the same timeline. I get that you want Kevin McAllister to still be a kid, but if you are going to say that this movie is taking place a decade after Home Alone 2 and still want us to believe that Kevin's like 8, you're fucking stupid. No, of course not. Of course not going to believe that. You can try with a different actor and whatnot, and the actor's fine. All the acting is fine, including the guy from Chicago PD, one of the main characters from Chicago PD, or later would be from Chicago PD. That's pretty insane. That like he doesn't talk like this. It's pretty wild, honestly. But anyway, like it doesn't feel like a sequel. It feels like a remake, with really none of the same charm. It doesn't have none of the characters aren't that funny. And with only one of the Wet Bandits actually coming back for this movie, they don't even have, they bring Marv back. They don't have Harry back. Instead, where Harry is replaced by a love interest for Marv. What the fuck? What the hell are you doing? And even so, but like, it's not the, now I say it's a remake, not a sequel. They set it up as a sequel because we hear about events. It's mentioned many times that this takes place after the first two movies. So why the fuck? It just doesn't make any sense. Why the fuck? Just bring in and make him a new character. If you want to reintroduce Marv, that's fine, right? But reintroduce it as a new kid. Or follow up with continuity and make the kid older. Cast an older actor who's like 15, not 8. Doesn't make any sense. And it just doesn't have the same vibes either. It just feels very forced, feels very cheap, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And let's get some other things out of the way. Stuff here screams 2002. The cars, all of the futuristic technology that completely existed in 2002, like smart TVs and GameCube. Yeah, this whole movie screams 2002, which is the year it came out. So maybe that's... And also for beating up the villains, that doesn't have the same ring to it either. I think the reason why I didn't see it as cool as it was, and even the first three movies, is because it's not really Kevin Kevin isn't really creative with a lot of his traps. He doesn't really make a lot of them out of. He doesn't really make them out of like string or Legos or Christmas ornaments or anything like that. He utilizes technology already inside this super futuristic house, like the dumbwaiter, the spinning around bar thing, the shower, or everything like that. And it just doesn't feel as creative. And also, the sequence of beating him up, there isn't even that many funny moments where he's beat him up. The sequence is very short. It's not necessarily, like, most of the time they're just talking, or they're, like, running around. It's not, like, a lot of super crazy cool things. And for what they do bring in, a lot of it, again, is rehashed from the first two movies. Even more than the third one rehashed them. Why? That again just makes it feel very cheap with its production. You didn't take the time to really put in a lot of effort with the traps, which is a huge part as to why the first two and even the third movie I think are as good as they are. It just feels lazy. I will give this movie one good thing that I really did like. And that was the plot twist for the villain. It's a little cheesy, but I really didn't see it coming. I was surprised, actually. I didn't really see it coming. It's Marv's mom is the true villain here. She's the reason why they even can get into the house and rob the place. Or try to rob the place, at least. That does open up a lot of plot holes from the first two movies about where she was. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway. And there's this whole thing about the parents divorcing as well, and the whole emotion surrounding that. And again, that just doesn't convey the point that I think it's trying to make with the emotion. Again, different actors. It just doesn't fit in the continuity timeline. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Everybody and their mother knew that they were going to get back together. Just saying. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about this movie. It's not good. In fact, it wasn't even made for theater release. It was made for TV release. So that's that for you. But for my final score for this movie, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. That's a good score, I think, for what I've said about this movie. So, that's all I gotta say for this movie. That's gonna do it for this review. If you've ever seen Home Alone 4, Taking Back the House, now we can't forget that part of the title, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this video as well. Stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more movie reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.